Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Antonio Neves. I'm the founder of Think Action, where it's all about transforming potential into exceptional performance. And right now, I'm being joined by a gentleman who knows all about that. This right here is Jason Womack. He is the author of Your Best Just Got Better. He's an executive coach. He has the book right there, and he leads seminars all across the country. Jason, thank you so much for joining me, man.
Delighted to be here. Thanks for the invitation. I know your time, and as well as everyone's watching this time, is so valuable. So let's get to it.
Great. Okay, so Your Best Just Got Better. Your
Right.
book, how come good isn't good enough?
Only for some people. There's a whole group of people, Antonio. This book is not for them. This book is not for you if what you've got is fine. And by the way, you and I both have people in our communities, in our worlds, maybe even our tight friendships and family, who they're fine. And what I found is that there was another audience, Antonio. There's another group of people on the planet who are thinking to themselves, not that what I've got is not enough, it's what I've got could be better, could be bigger, could be more. And so when I think about, real quick, when I think about the subtitles to my book, it all leads to, are you doing and having and being the contribution that you think you can be?
Yeah, well, tell me more about that. Who are these individuals? Because a lot of my clients that I work with are young professionals, young entrepreneurs.
Yes.
I call them go-getters. I call them top performers. They want more. They wanted to be in that corner office yesterday. So what defines that individual? Is it DNA? Is it an upbringing? Or is it just that intangible that you can't really define?
It's that nurture nature, right? It's the environment versus the kind of intuitive. I know that there's more to this. As a former high school teacher, I tend to draw myself towards, I'm going to look for the student, I'm going to look for the business partner, I'm going to look for the client myself who's thinking to themselves, yeah, I could keep on doing it the way I'm doing it. I could work as hard as I always worked. That's one way. Then there's this whole other way. I mean, I could exemplify this in so many different ways, but in the book I talk about the two approaches, Antonio, the two approaches that people will work from. One approach is from a noun orientation, big picture, process, vision. Another orientation is the verb aspect, the action, the delegable activity, the task. When those two groups come together, magic happens. When a group is stuck talking about the vision, about the process, about what it's going to look like at the end, they may leave that meeting, they hang up that telephone call without having identified an action. On the other side, the people who all they do is they get real busy with line items of tasks of working toward the MVP, right? The minimal viable product. Let's get something out, get something out. They may lose sight of where are we going as far as the next big milestone. So anybody who's looking at the next milestone as being a little bit better, a little bit easier, a little bit more exciting than current, I want them to read this book.
Gotcha. That's great information. I think about a lot of folks who are super busy. How you doing, man? Crazy busy, but they're not getting anything done. But that's a whole other conversation right there. I think you and I are very similar. For me, when I work with clients, I'm very left brain. For me, it's all about metrics. How do you know you actually reached that goal? How do you know that your best actually did get better? So when you are getting good results, how do you identify what those critical success factors are so you can replicate them?
So nothing goes far away faster than accomplishment. Our minds are dissonant focused, Antonio. We look for dissonance. We look for what's not done. We look for what we didn't finish. I mean, how many times in the middle of the night have you woken up, right? You're sound asleep. You wake up and you think, we finished that project. And then you fall back asleep. It doesn't happen. What I think of at 2 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning, or what gets me out of bed early on a Saturday is, oh, shoot, that contract, that bid, that part of the website that I didn't click publish on. We're a dissonant focused being. What does that mean? When we go through a day or a week or a month or heaven forbid a quarter or a year, we don't remember how far we've come. So here's a tactic I want to ask everyone to try just for 5 nights. You're going to get 5 of those 3x5 note cards. Remember these from college?
Yeah.
Put those by your bed with a pen. And at the end of the next 5 nights, I want 3 A's. Accomplishment, acknowledgement, and appreciation. What did you accomplish that day? What did you acknowledge out in the world, either by a group or an organization? And then the third one is, what are you appreciative of? What are you grateful of? And what those 5 note cards will do over 5 days is they'll let you know how far you've come. And here's the deal, Antonio. If any of your community does this activity on the 6th day, they can call me and I'll run them through a debrief on that. We'll put my phone number in at the end.
Oh, fantastic. Well, a lot of people are familiar with the accomplishment and the acknowledgement. Just briefly tell me a little bit about the importance of the appreciating factor.
So I write a thank you card a day, every day of my life. I write at least 1 thank you card. I buy these suckers in bulk, right? I mean, literally, I've got stacks of these things. And what I find is if my focus is on writing a thank you card a day, and I've been doing this for 16 years, what I'm looking for through my day is something to notice that's right. In my own little world, I can think that I'm on top. I can think that I did the right thing, but it's something that skews my vision, my focus, my intention when I'm going through the day looking. Who do I get to say thank you to today? And I've left thank you cards for the captain, the pilot of an airplane, for the general manager at a hotel, for the server at a restaurant. And in essence, I'm scanning my universe looking for what can I be appreciative of? Now, real quick, this is important. I used to do this so that they knew that I was grateful. I now do this so that I make sure 5 minutes a day I slow down and I notice what's going on that's good.
That's powerful stuff right there, and you and I have a lot in common. I think the thank you card has made such a big difference in my life career. I tend to do my thank you cards on Sunday mornings, but I like the idea of doing that on a daily basis. Jason, this will be my last question for you.
Yes, sir.
I like to talk about the concept of who makes you better. Who are those allies of glory in your life that support you, that encourage you, that hold you accountable, that test you to be the absolute best version of yourself? My question, go for it. Well, hold there. So my question to you is, once you identify who those individuals are, maybe those 5 people you're talking about, how do you then go about getting them vested in your success?
So I write a whole chapter in the book. Well, first of all, chapter 5 of the book, by far my favorite chapter. It's the chapter that will make the biggest, fastest difference in your life. But I'm going to skip to chapter 8. Chapter 8 of my book is about feedback. Now, you can go to the bookstore, you can go to Amazon, you can sign up for a Dale Carnegie class on how to give effective feedback. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these things. How do I recognize it's time, set myself up to receive, ask for, get, and feed back the feedback I need? Just that first one, Antonio, for a lot of people is a big hurdle. In Spanish, the word for speed bump is tope, and we always talk about the topes of life, the things that slow us down. Simply recognizing I need feedback, oh my goodness, what a first step. So what I'm focused on is how do I recognize, set myself up, ask for, receive, and then tell people what I did with the feedback I got. One tactic, and then I think we need to wrap this up. Whenever I get a mentor on the phone or I get a face-to-face with a mentor, and I do this at least once a month, I sit down with them, I buy coffee, I buy lunch, whatever that is, and I ask them a question that I'm struggling with that is 36 months out. So on the way to that meeting and the week before that meeting, I don't want to ask them what I'm dealing with and struggling with right now, because I don't want to waste their time. But when I can bring them something and say, hey, this is something I'm struggling with for the next election, I'm talking 2016, then they give me information. Antonio, within 48 hours, I've done a handwritten letter, 2 to 4 pages, what I got from their feedback and how I'm going to use that. And there's nothing, I don't think, that engages my mentor in helping me more than when I let them know what they gave me.
Wow. That right there is some powerful stuff. I'm going to employ that myself. And thank you so much, man, for your time. I mean, chapter 5 of your book is great. Chapter 8 of your book is great. All of it's great. All information for folks who want to buy that's down below. If you guys go to Jason's website, you can actually download the very first chapter for free on his website.
Yes.
So go there and do that. Jason Womack, thank you for making me better. Thanks for this time. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know you better, man.
Thanks, brother. Have a great day.
All right, take care.